Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Um, it's season two of Practically on the Phone. Oh no, pretend we're on the phone. That's what this is called, isn't it? So I took a long break towards the end of November because I was dealing with finals, and then it was just, holiday vacation, and school is back in session now. So I thought I should bring back the podcast that no one listens to, but I'm quite okay with that because, this year could be the year of me taking things slightly seriously. Anyways, I'm trying to remember. I now have this like actually write out of what I want to talk about each episode. I've only planned two episodes so far, but two is more than just one. So, okay, pretend we're on the phone, season two, episode one. Am I supposed to say hello, hello? I hope you're having a good day or something? I don't know, like a phone greeting. I can't remember. So it's funny now because the two episodes I planned this towards the end of last year in December when I was at home and for the holidays, and the two episodes has um well, one of them doesn't really make sense. I'll tell you what my note says. It says episode one would be It's been a while. I talk about the end of the corridor, my thoughts on continuing school, and the power of losers when it comes to making friends. I think I talked about the power of losers sometime last season and how I think it's funny, losers are losers or whatever, but there's the powerful thing about being a loser because they'll just do anything. You know what I mean? And they don't get embarrassed, or if they do get embarrassed, they don't show it because they keep doing such stupid, losery things. But that aspect of them not being shy and stuff, and that aspect of them just being 100% fully themselves, it allows them to make connections that people who care about other people's thoughts and stuff aren't able to make connections as quickly as that, or maybe as deeply as that, because you're pretending to be someone you're not, hoping that other people will accept this fake you. Um, yeah, that's so I was gonna talk about that this episode, and then episode two was gonna be H&M won't pay me enough for an apartment. um, I think I can now combine. No, we'll just keep episode two as episode two, and you guys will understand why I'm going to talk about how that thought process has changed. Well, it hasn't changed, but it's led to something new that will one day hopefully help me afford an apartment. Who knows by then? um, let's see. So it's been a while. End of the quarter and thoughts on continuing school. So I don't want to talk about the end of the quarter and thoughts on continuing school. I'm obviously starting school, or I continued school. The first week has happened. It's done. Then I'm literally have to do homework right after this to, do get prepared for the second week. I keep telling myself there's only 10 weeks, 10 weeks of school, 10 weeks of school, 10 weeks of school. As long as I can, and so now technically it's 9 weeks. So as long as I can just count it down in my head and just say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it will feel like it's a little less because even though 10 weeks as you're in school, it feels like a lot and it kind of is. But when you count it down like that, 10 is not a big number, if that makes sense. I think it's 10 weeks of school. Yeah, 10 weeks sounds correct. So though I don't know, I kind of thoughts in school. I I understand the importance of school and I understand how privileged I am to be in school and all that crap, but that doesn't mean I like it. It really doesn't. I wish I could just flash forward in my life and just see how I really wish it could be, and see if it's all worth it by then. But I can't do that. So I kind of just have to suck it up. But this does add to something, the power of the loser when it comes to making friends. So last year was probably the worst year of my life, generally speaking. I'm not, and that sounds really dramatic, but it really was just a rough year for me. Financially, it was really rough. Mental illness, mental health. I guess I probably have never felt so depressed. Like even 2020 sucked. But at least in 2020, I began my first year of college, and that was really a big growth period. And I met some really cool friends. I didn't have a lot of friends at the beginning, but then I met when I did meet really nice friends. It was really nice. And so this year, I mean, I guess in 2022, I'm already. It was my second year at SCAD, because I transferred to SCAD. So it was my second year at SCAD. My junior year in general for college began, and my sophomore year was ending 2022. Yeah. And, I say I do have friends, and that's great and all, but sometimes I'm afraid that I don't have a great connection with any of the friends I have here. And I'm afraid sometimes that all of my friends here are a little surface level. And I wonder if I'm preventing it myself. I think I have some friends that I'd say we're like we can become ride and die, or maybe we're on that level to becoming, ride and die friends and stuff. But I think majority of not, some of the friends are more surface level, and not any, nothing that they're doing wrong. It's probably more of me, and so this because a lot of my friends who now, even the surface level friends or the deep friends, whatever, pretty much all of them have told me, or a lot of them have told me that when we first met, I gave them vibes of being of being like a bitch. Like they thought I was probably not nice, or that I thought I was better than everyone and I was just mean, and they were afraid of me or something. I guess I give resting bitch face, resting mean face, resting whatever. And when they tell me that, it's funny, and they're like, "Oh, and then I got to know you, and it ends up you're really nice, and you really do care about people in ways that I wasn't expecting. I thought you were judging me, and whatever." Um, and when I am told this, because it's not my first time ever being told this, but it's shocking. It shocks me every single time because I've been told stuff like that since middle school, and I'm like, and once it was a teacher who told me that. I'm like, what are you talking about? She says you give the vibe of being snooty. I don't know if it's the speech impediment that makes it sound like I'm fucking European or something. And Europeans can't help themselves but sound like bitches. But I'm like, that's a speech impediment. I'm from fucking Dallas, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been rich, so it's not like I think I'm better than you because I have more money than you. That's just not the fact. And sometimes I'm sarcastic, but I never mean anything to hurt anyone. I've never outwardly wanted to hurt a friend, and I think of myself as a very friendly person and stuff. But I guess I don't read that way, and it may be because sometimes in a class or at work or something I'm quiet, and it may be because I'm shy, or sometimes it's really because I just don't have anything to say. And I guess that comes off as me like refusing to speak to them and stuff. And so it just, if I have something to say, I try to say it. And I try not to say mean things. Not like mean things to actually hurt someone, but maybe a sarcastic quip every once in a while. And so it's unfortunate that I gave this vibe of not being, the most friendly person or whatever. And I feel like that's still affecting me now with the people who are my friends now. I'm like, well, damn, how do I get closer to them and closer? Because I really do just want to build really strong friendships and stuff. Like I think I have friendships from high school that are like still ride to die. Like I'll love them forever. And I want that same thing in college as well. And it sucks that a lot of people, I guess I give the wrong vibe that I seem like I don't want that. And it's unfortunate because I really do. So I've been trying to be more forthcomingly nice, if that makes sense. Because sometimes in my head, I'm thinking that I'm not, sometimes I'm like, how do I show that I care about people? And I do love giving people gifts and stuff. So I'm buying people gifts just for whatever if I can remember. And I try to say nice things to people. If I think of a nice thing, I'll say it to them and stuff. And if they invite me someplace, I'll try to go or whatever. Especially now that I have a car. Oh, I have a car, guys. I have a car. Woo! Okay. And so now that I have a car, I'm like, invite me somewhere, I'll be there. I'm gonna try to go. And that kind of leads me to something that happened the other day. Check out my YouTube channel at Sailor Marie Baby, I think so. Because you see a more like accurate description of what I'm about to tell you right now. But I was invited. Like I said, first week of school happened, and someone invited me to a ball for a ball event. Like voguing, a ball event that is for them to raise money for a film they made, and I think it's to submit stuff to competitions and all that jazz. And she's raising, or they're raising, I can't remember. They're raising $5,000 is the goal. And they invited me there. Entry was $5, and I wasn't gonna go because I was like, I didn't have anyone to go with. And as I was sitting in bed, I'm like, Selah, this is the opportunity you're looking for. Go out there and make some friends. So I get dressed. I do as good of a ball outfit as I can think of, and I go there. And I talked to a bunch of people, and I think I have. I think it was a good exercise of me reminding myself, like, other people also want to make friends. You know what I mean? And me being, and since pretty much everybody I talked to, not everybody, but two, I guess, half of the people I talked to, I had to start conversation. And then two other people, they were just nice, and they saw me sitting alone, and they're like, talking to me, probably like, poor thing, all by herself. Like, it's sad, but it was fine. But all that to say, that was me trying to tell myself, this is like the power of the loser. Me going somewhere all alone, which is kind of like a loser vibe. You show up to a party by yourself. Wow, what a loser. You know what I mean? And I just decided, I'll be a loser. If everyone looks at me and they're like, why is she by herself? And, some people didn't bother to talk to me. They didn't even look at me. I smiled at them and they just looked away. I'm like, okay. Okay. But it was very unlikely that those people were thinking negative things. And you also realize, like, going up to someone and saying, hi, I'm saying, like, I came up here and, I don't know anyone here, so I want to talk to you and all that stuff. That's kind of like a loser thing to say, like, wow, poor thing. But something else I've realized, the power of the loser, something that the loser knows is that most people aren't forthcomingly jerks. People are usually going to pretend to be nice. Even if they don't actually want to talk to you. If you go up to them and say, hey, I'm so and so, let's talk, they're not going to say, actually, no, and walk away. That's very unlikely. And so when I went there and I talked to people, they actually talked back. And I realized that maybe there wasn't a good reason for me to be shy in the first place. People are actually talking to me. And that was really nice. And so I've become more comfortable from that one experience of being a bit of a loser. And I hope I can carry that out throughout class as well, and try to talk to people in class as well, and try to make connections and stuff to people, because I think I'm holding myself back when it comes to making friends at this point. And if I just stop holding myself back, then maybe this year will be really good. And then the people who already have gotten to know me, maybe this will be the year they get to know me even more and even more. And, we become closer than ever. And they'll look back to when they first met me and they thought I was a little bitch, and they'll be like, wow, she's actually, she's not so bad. Because I try not to be so bad. I'm not saying I'm a fucking angel or anything, but I really do. Not me saying, but I kind of am a bit of an angel. I kind of am a really amazing person. Seriously, I'm one of the nicest people I know. Okay, now let's go back to how 2022 was such a bad year. Oh, 1 second. My roommate is sending me things about Elise, I think. Oh, what is this? Oh, she got cast in something, guys. I think. Wait, let me read. I'm not seeing the name. Oh, there she is. Okay. Yay. She's gonna be a fortune teller in a musical. Oh, that's something else I'm gonna do. Power of the Loser, putting yourself out there. I'm gonna work on a musical, not as a cast in musicaling, but possibly in makeup. Going back to doing the things I used to love as a high school. I fucking loved doing makeup for school plays and stuff. And so this is gonna give me the chance to do that again as well. And cool. Let me text her back, yay, so she knows I'm so proud of her. You can tell the future. Okay. What was I talking about? See, this is one of the problems with this format of a podcast. Since it really is just me pretending I'm on the phone with a friend, this really is how I sound like on the phone. I am just talking, rambling, and I have absolutely no direction, and I get off topic a lot, and then I forget where I was in the first place. So I'm so sorry. You have to listen to me. But actually, you don't have to listen to me. You can click off anytime. No one is stopping you. I do not have a gun to your head saying, listen to me. But I feel like if I did have a gun to your head, I'd probably get some more views. So maybe I'll think into that. I am turning 21 soon. That's a terrible joke to make. I'm so sorry. Um, yeah. So 2022, what made it so bad besides not being connected to friends, or having a deep connection to friends? As we know, I did not have a car. You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I don't want to complain about 2022. I originally this episode was gonna be me re-talking about everything that happened in 2022 and why it was just so awful. And I was literally gonna go down each month and say, this is what happened this month that made it bad. This is what happened this month that made it bad. But really and seriously, one of my friends told me, it's not the worst it could be. You didn't die. And I was like, well, it was still pretty bad. And she was like, yeah, you did have a kind of shitty year. But she did have a good point. I didn't die, guys. Cal didn't die. Oh my gosh. And there was a time when I thought Cal went away and he was just sleeping under my friend's comforter, hiding away. Um, but I literally thought he ran away and he was lost and afraid. And like, I was like, I don't know where my baby is. You guys are like, who is Cal? Cal is my cat. Go on my Instagram, Sailor Movie Baby, I think, to see Cal. He's actually right in front of me now. Can you hear him rattling? Let me put the microphone towards him to see if he has anything to say. I don't know if he said anything. I don't know if he caught that. Should I bring it back to him again? One more second. Oh, he's running away. I'm chasing after him. I'm going to him. Okay? We're following Cal. Cal, say something. Say something. Cal. Okay. He's being quiet right now. He's kind of shy. Podcast is not really his specialty, but he does enjoy more film. So check out my YouTube channel to see Cal in action. Okay. But my point was, I was gonna go and complain about everything that happened in 2022, but really, and though I do seriously think it was an awful year, I think me holding on to it in 2023 is not the point. Let me tell you guys something. Literally on New Year's Eve, I do this. I help my dad do this big um race events or running events for charity and stuff. So, and that starts in the morning because these fucking runners are up 4 a.m. Okay, so we're up and at them at 4:30 a.m. Okay, so I was up early. It lasts for a while. We don't get home until like 1 or 2. When I get home, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm passed out, and I wake up a little later. And obviously, I'm tired. And usually on New Year's Eve, I like, dressing up. And I usually just stay at home because anytime someone invites me out, I say, so I can't go out because my parents don't want me to. And I just stay at home, but at least I celebrate it with my mom and dad and sister and brother, whatever. But this year, my brother went out somewhere, which, wow, good for him for being allowed to go out. I wasn't allowed to go out last year, but whatever. And my dad kind of was sleepy, and we were all just so tired, and we just chilled. And I don't even think we all hung out together at midnight. We literally didn't. And I literally went to my bed. How many times should I say literally for you guys to know that I literally did that? It actually happened. But anyways, I go to bed, and I I almost begin to cry, and I pray so hard, and I manifest, and I do all this. I just try to speak it into existence, and I'm like, God, 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 you have to let 2023 be good. You have to give me a reason. You have to give me a reason to stay alive, because like I'll stay alive. I won't kill myself or anything, but I'll be upset about it. I'll be like, what is the point? I cannot just hope and wait that everything works out 5 years later after I graduate and hope that maybe I'm successful. I need a reason to be happy now. And it can't just be my fucking cat. Because honestly, love him, he's kind of a jerk. So I need another reason, and I need a reason for me. I kind of hate the idea of like staying alive for other people. Once again, not saying I'd kill myself or anything, but like, it's a pain to be like, oh well, I'm here to take care of Cal. I'm here to be a good older sister. I'm here to be a good younger daughter. It's like I'm here to do something for me. I want to be actively doing things for myself as well. And so I was lying in bed saying, God, you have to give me a reason. You have to. Like, I cannot do another year. That's so awful. Please, I cannot. And I was like rolling back and forth like a crazy person in an institution, being like, give me a reason, give me a reason, give me a reason, in bed before midnight. And and I think I think hopefully God or the universe, whatever you believe in, will give you a reason and give me a reason. And I hope that, but to get that reason, I think we also have to work for it, right? So here's me, here I am, going out places, trying to do things, trying to be forwardly nice. I don't walk around with AirPods anymore and sunglasses on inside. I'm like, no, Selah, take your fucking sunglasses off, take your AirPods out, listen in on conversations, and maybe you can join in. And or maybe you'll just awkwardly sit there. Whatever. But if you do join in, that could be a way for you to make a friend. Because sometimes, and like I said, it's never on purpose. But sometimes I'm just sitting there and someone has even said, oh, we should go to this restaurant. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And like then we never went to the restaurant, and it was my fault, literally. And it wasn't because I didn't want to hang out with this person. It's just because I just wasn't, paying attention, and I was preventing myself, because this person seemed like a really cool person. But my point is, you guys are like, what is she talking about? My point is that this quarter, if someone invites me to a restaurant, I need to go. I need to say, let's set a time and date now. Let's put it on the calendar. Let's go. And then also, maybe everyone won't invite me to a restaurant, and I need to invite them. Why not? I have a car now. I have the patience. And if I want something, I should do something to get it. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want a new purse, you don't expect that purse to just suddenly show in front of you. You have to go and save the money up and go to the store, go online and buy the purse. So here I am putting in the effort of trying to make friends. And that reminds me that right after this, I have to DM some people that I recently met and, continue that on. Um, because 2023 is going to be a good year. 2023 is going to be a good year for me, for you, and for everyone who needs a good year. And I think there'll be a lot of growth, and I think that I'll be happy. I hope so. I really do hope so. Um, yeah, yeah, things will work out, and if things will work out, things will fucking work out. All that to say, let's see how many minutes we've got. We had 23 minutes. That's like a solid that's something. That's like an episode. That's a sitcom episode right there. Boom. And except it was just me talking. Let me see. I talked about the power of the loser. I talked about going to school and how I'm gonna put effort in school rather than just being mad that I'm in here. Spending so much fucking money. But maybe it'll be worth it. It's so funny because I already designed the posters for episode 1 that I'm gonna post on Instagram, and episode 2, and they're both extremely depressing posters. And here I am, not as depressed as I was when I made them. So that should already show some sort of positive. Not saying that much has happened, but I'm gonna put the effort in, and maybe this will all change. And by episode 5, I'll be crying to you guys about like no one likes me, and I keep trying to make friends, and no one wants to be my friend. But we'll worry about that when episode 5 comes, right? We'll worry about that when we get there, nigga. Sorry, I'm trying to say the N word a little less on things like this. Okay. Okay, anyways, I can't keep putting off working on my homework, which is what I am doing right now, talking to you guys. So I'm gonna end the podcast around here. Check out my Instagram at Sailor Movie Baby. Sailor Movie Baby. Check out my YouTube, I think also at Sailor Movie Baby. Check out my TikTok, also at, actually no, my TikTok is at Lala the Guru 5 something. It's Lala the Guru something, so check it out. Um, I hope you have a great year. I hope you have a great year, and I hope that this added some positivity rather than a little bit a whole bunch of depression. Yeah, because it's really hard sometimes to go through the year knowing that you're kind of just doing everything for other people. But for this year, I hope that you find something that you want to do seriously and that you're able to do that thing for yourself only. Even if it's just one small thing, like me doing this podcast. It's for no one but me. It's something that I am enjoying to do. And, you know, that's a positive because I did not have that. I did not have this podcast this time last year. So I'm happy that I learned something in 2022, like RSS, to make this podcast in the first place. Which also I really do need to update because they've been billing me still. Damn, shit, $12.99 a month. That's like a coffee for me. That's a Starbucks order. Okay, because I add a lot of extra espresso and I drink different milk in my coffee. So $12. That's my coffee right there. And so I actually need to start posting shit on here. Um sorry, I'm trying to take this band-aid off and wow. It really hurts and my skin is peeling off of it because it's a burn mark, really, and I have no idea how it's gonna take off. Am I putting a disgusting image in your head? Imagine Imagine spilling boiling hot coffee on yourself and driving 4 hours or around 4 hours, 3 hours, and some time from Atlanta to Savannah with that bone just sitting on your leg under your pants. And when you get home, you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a disgusting bone. And then the bone, that bubble, the bubble eventually pops and your skin is just peeling off and you just can't even look at it. So you have to put a band-aid on top of it so it doesn't rub against everything you're walking on. And so now you're peeling that band-aid off and it's peeling your skin off too. So I hope you have all that in your head and I hope you have a good day and I hope you follow me on everything I told you to follow me on. And let's see if Cal has anything to say one more time. Nothing? Cal, you don't have anything to say. Okay, he's quiet again. Thank you for listening to me. I think that's all, babes. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.